Happy 2024, everybody. This is the Anime Madness podcast. I am your host, HenDiddy. I'm joined here tonight with the head of the Jaegers, Tacco, for our first Wormhole of the year.
Howdy doody.
Dino Nuggets, thank you for the follow. Just getting that re-rolled in that happened during our break. I hope everyone enjoyed their holidays and had a good holiday season. Whatever holidays you celebrate. I don't know them all.
No one really does.
And welcome to 2024. With this being the first wormhole of 2024, I figured what better way than to have a look back on 2023 and just review some of the anime that came out in 2023 and go on from there. So, any in the winter season that you want to highlight off the top of your head, Daco?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
That was summer.
What?
Yeah.
It went that long?
Yeah, because they took that month break in between
Oh my
Hidden
god,
Inventory.
it
Because
felt like
they did
winter.
2 arcs. They did Hidden Inventory and Shibuya.
Okay, hold on. You start naming some off. Now I gotta go look
Yeah.
again.
So winter season started in January. We had Vinland Saga season 2 is probably the one I would say was the best of the season.
That's fair.
I think I have it. Do I have it? Yeah, I have it sorted by score. So it did get the best of the season in score.
Bungo was good.
I haven't. Yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs' 4th season, and they immediately turned around and got their 5th season out too.
Yeah, say Bungo was good.
I haven't gotten that far in Bungo yet, but Vinland Saga, for people who only watched the first season and didn't read any of it, thinking it was going to be a high action season, and I've seen a lot of people disappointed with Vinland, but it was a slower arc because it was Thorfinn opening up himself to what a true warrior is. Slave arc is one of the best arcs of that series.
Actually, I might argue your Vinland Saga for being the best of winter.
With what?
My Hero Academia.
That was not winter. That was fall of the previous season. It was
I'm looking at it. It's on now. Winter 2023.
Yeah, under TV continuing. That's where you see that, Blue Lock, Eminence and Shadow.
For me, it says TV new. That's it.
Are you on winter 23 or winter 24?
23.
Okay, because it shouldn't have My Hero there, because My Hero started October.
Yeah, it has Blue Lock and My Hero right next to each other for me.
Yeah, that was fall. They were continuings. We'll talk about the continuings as well for each season.
That's fair.
But these were the ones that started. Danmachi, season 5, part 2. I don't think you've watched any. Is it Round to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
No.
That one, that is probably my favorite season of Danmachi so far. Gave me a new favorite character for the series as well.
It's always a good thing.
We had Trigun Stampede.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was very enjoyable. Studio Orange did a great job on the CGI for it. Definitely took CGI 3D animation to a whole new level with that series. And its 2nd season, I don't think it has a date yet.
No.
But its 2nd season is confirmed. It's a retelling of the Trigun story. One that got me hooked was Tomo is a girl taking the rom-com in a new direction with a tomboy female love interest instead of a normal girly female love interest. And we get the confession in the very opening minute of the series. So none of the waiting around like, come on, just confess already. No, we get it immediately.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah. We had the 2nd season, the Christmas arc of Tokyo Revengers. I know you probably watched that.
I did.
I still have yet to read volumes 3 and 4 that I bought like a month and a half ago.
You're just gonna be so disappointed, man.
Dude, I have so much to read. It's insane.
Once you get there, I'm waiting for it.
I don't think
You're
it's
just
all
gonna go.
out in Tankobon form in US. I think it's the newest, the 1516 is the most recent one out in the US.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna get to the end, and you're just gonna be like, "What the fuck was this?"
um, we had Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible and Near Automata. Both of them went on long hiatuses, which kind of hurt them, I think. But Near Automata's second season has been confirmed already. The Vampire Dies in No Time season 2. I know you probably watched that, or have you not yet?
Oh no, I watched it. I was
You
just getting
watched
ready
it?
to mention that. Oh, it's so
Yeah,
funny.
I haven't watched it yet because the dub cast was so good. they have
Ian
not,
Sinclair.
they have yet any,
They had,
any comedy with Ian Sinclair. It's like okay, I have to wait for the
yeah,
dub. So they have not released the dub of it yet, which kind of sucks.
I agree.
Um, we had the second season of Bofuri came out in winter. That's another good one. Basically, take it's in the same universe as SAO, but make
Okay.
it to where it's just like a casual gaming experience
Okay.
instead of whatever SAO's turned into. We had the first season of High Card. Now I have not watched this yet. I know season 2 is starting this season, and I heard nothing but good reviews about it.
So I haven't heard anything on that one, but
We had the second
that's
season of the Misfit at Demon King Academy. Now this one actually took a bigger L than Kubo and Nier Automata because the second season was already confusing enough with the timeline and plot, the way that the time traveling was going.
mm,
So when they finally came back from hiatus, I had to go rewatch the whole season again because it's like, what the hell's even going on?
right.
I haven't started this one yet, but we had By the Grace of God season 2 came out in winter.
Okay.
I've heard that it's a pretty funny one. It's a isekai slice of life.
Interesting.
This was also when we had Revenger. Now this was an anime original. Um,
Revenger was good.
Revenger was really good. I enjoyed that series a lot. I actually watched it in sub, and then when the dub started, I went back and watched it with the dub as well.
Revenger was really good. I was quite surprised how good it was.
We had the first season of Spy Classroom came out in winter, so that's another quick turnaround because in the fall they had season 2, or no, in the summer
Mm,
they had season 2 in the summer. I mean, that was another quick turnaround.
yeah, it's quick.
Um, this one was one that shocked me. The Legend of Heroes: Tales of Cold Steel, Northern War. The story gets a little confusing, but the action was great,
Okay.
and it's a mecha as well. One that I've seen on High Dive and seen a couple complaints and a lot of people dissing on it hard was My Life as Inunaki's Dog. It's basically, from what I've heard, it's like this guy's so in love with her that he basically does what Sid Kagano does in the first season of Eminence. But that's the entire plot. Like, that's the entire plot. It's just not like a gag to get money.
Oh my God. I so when I finished season one, I was like, I forgot how much I liked him as a character.
Moving on to the continuing. Now, we'll hit like big ones like One Piece when we hit up fall because that one's continuing the entire time. We're going to hit the ones that continued from the fall season to the winter season. So, My Hero, season 6, Vigilante arc is what came out in January.
Nuts.
Best season of
Yeah.
my best arc of My Hero that has been animated so far.
Oh, yeah, that's not a doubt. Yeah, man, no doubt.
Now,
That
did
was
Bones
nuts.
drop the bag a little bit with Deku's design?
They could have made him
100%.
darker.
They could have made
They
him
could have made
darker.
him
They did
darker.
have some good moments, like his walk his walk down the alley, they did
Oh, so
good.
good.
But the big one, the cliffhanger at the end of 2022, where he's on top of the building, they could have done that so much better. I feel like the manga panel hits so much more from that scene
I agree.
than the cliffhanger ending before the holiday break.
I agree.
Next, we have, speaking of Eminence in Shadow, the first season of Eminence in Shadow continued over into January.
Top tier.
Um, this is where we got the, I believe, the second atomic and the fake atomic.
I saw the fake atomic. I was like, oh, like the build up to it. I was like, oh my
Dude, it
god, he's gonna
covered
blow.
the entire
I was like,
city.
I'm like, he's blowing up the whole city. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be awesome. He was like, and I'm just kidding, I'm gone. I was
Great,
like,
great. Perfect way to end off the season.
it was so funny. I was like, you're kidding, right?
Then we had probably the best sports series since Haikyuu's end for manga wise. And Haikyuu's ending officially anime wise this year as well. But
Yep.
the best sports series since Haikyuu, Blue Lock.
So good.
Took me by surprise. I heard people hyping this up. I hadn't read any of the manga yet. People were
Same.
hyping it up. And I'm like, wow, how is a anime about soccer going to be good?
Yep, I thought the same
Then you
thing,
get
and then
into
I
that
watched it.
first episode, and it's like, okay, okay. So I went and bought the first volume. And in the first volume, Ego literally goes, then fuck off instead of log off. Great. I love the animation with it. And to put into remembrance for some people, all that extra flashy stuff you see in Blue Lock, it's the same thing with Demon Slayer. It's not actually there.
Nope.
We had the continuation of To Your Eternity Season 2. If you like sad stories, that is your anime. It is, the storytelling is beautiful, and it's the same mangaka as a silent voice, so you know it's going to be sad. Kingdom Season 4 came out, continued over. I have not started Kingdom yet. I heard it's really good though. It's a historical military anime.
Mm.
Uncle from Another World had, I think, oh, it got delayed. That's why, or no, it got Netflix dumped. That's what happened. So it's a otaku culture isekai parody that is actually next up on my binge list after High Rise Invasion.
Oh boy.
We had the continuation of Welcome to Demon School Iruma Season 3. This one is, it's an okay isekai. It's not like the isekai that's like flooding the isekai genre. It's an actually decent one. But I feel like the story in Season 3 got a little bland compared to Season 1 and 2.
That's fair.
Digimon Ghost Game continued as well. I've heard mixed things on that one. If you're a fan of Digimon, you'll be a fan of it. It's with the new style of Toei animation compared to the older style. We had the completion of Boruto Naruto Next Generations Part 1. That finished up in the winter season as well.
We do not count that. We do not count that.
The Way of the Household Husband Season 2 dropped on Netflix. Another great comedy series. It's about a Yakuza who gets turned into a house husband. Record of Ragnarok Season 2 dropped. So this is Jack the Ripper versus Hercules. And there's one other fight. Oh, Shiva versus, I can't remember the human warrior, but Shiva was the god warrior in that. And what
Yeah.
movies did we have? Oh, we had the Junji Ito Tales of Macabre. So we had more Junji Ito short stories dropped. They did Studio Dean did a much better job this time. They actually made it very dark, very gory, and they actually did a couple of the short stories in black and white instead of color.
That's cool.
Oh my god, probably the worst thing I've ever watched in the history of anime was Make My Day.
You already watched Boruto.
No, this is worse.
That is saying
A
something. Holy
2023 a
shit.
2023 anime with PS2 level graphics
Hey, nostalgia.
and the main character is one of those main characters that has no skill sets, no special talents at the beginning of the series, but by the end of the series, he's a jack of all traits and he's perfect in all of them too. The guy was a coward and then turns into the best fighter and strategist there ever was within 8 episodes, and all the events take place in like one day.
Oh my god, that's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's bad.
very bad. Moving
Oh
into
my.
movies, we had the Blue Giant movie came out in February. The Demon Slayer to the Swordsmith Village special theatrical release happened in February, which that was so cool to see the Rengoku versus Gyutaro climax in the theater was amazing.
Yeah. And then he got jelly donutted.
We had the first part of AOT final season final chapters.
Was great.
Very good. And that's all for winter. So moving on into the spring, started off with the top one. We had Oshinoko, creator of Kaguya-sama Love is War, and oh my god, did this blow me away. I've heard people talking about the manga saying this was going to be anime of the season, even over Demon Slayer, and it did that. It beat Demon Slayer by almost 0.5. It scored an 8.72, and Demon Slayer scored an 8.28.
Wow.
So it blew away the competition for the spring season. It blew me away. I was genuinely surprised with how good it was. And it's a double plot line. So there's two main characters. You have Aquamarine and Ruby. Ruby's plot line is to become an idol like her mother. Aquamarine's plot line is to kill his father
Oh my.
for his father's actions leading to the murder of his mother. So it's very cool. And it shows the true nature of like what goes on in like celebrities' lives in Japan. Like what actually
That's
happens
crazy.
behind the scenes. Next, of course, we have Demon Slayer, Swordsmith Village arc, and Tacco disappeared. Is his Discord acting up again? There he is.
Oh, how I love technical difficulties. New year, same
Same
news.
shit. We were moving into Demon Slayer too.
I got afraid.
The Swordsmith Village arc of Demon Slayer. Compared to the first three arcs, this one was more slower paced.
100%.
But that hightail action at the end, the emotional hit in the last episode. By the way, anyone watching, we do have spoiler warnings for this. Spoiler warnings are a thing.
Oh, you only have to say one name.
Yeah, I know.
All I have to say is the
Trust me,
name.
I know. But we gotta let it out there in case anyone has not watched Demon Slayer or any of these other anime that we were talking about.
Nah. Spoiler warning.
Next up, I didn't until I was reviewing this list the other day. I didn't realize that this actually scored this high, and that is The Dangers in My Heart. Season 2 just started today, and it's about a middle school kid who's very emo, very emo, and does not. And he's back in and out and out. We lost him again. And are you back? Are you back this time?
I think so. I don't know.
So it's about this kid that's very emo, like Green Day, My Chemical Romance type emo,
Oh boy.
and he dislikes the main female character because of how popular she is. But he ends up falling in love with her, and that's why it's called "The Dangers in My Heart" because he thinks it's dangerous to fall in love with this girl.
It could be. It could be.
Next up was my original pick for anime of the season for spring 2023, and that is Heavenly Delusion. I don't know if you watched this yet, but if
I have
not,
not.
it needs to be up there for you to watch. It is a post-apocalyptic. I can't speak. Think of like the Maze Runner.
Apocalyptic.
Yes. It's got so many plot twists and turns that it keeps you on the edge of your seat every episode. And speaking of being on the edge of your seat, get excited. Dr. Stone, they're calling it the New World arc. I know it as the Japan exploration arc. And it is the first part of the third season where they're on the hunt for the platinum to be able to make unlimited revival fluid. Next, we have another very, very good one, Hell's Paradise.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. I've seen a lot of hate on it because people feel like the animation could have been a lot higher, but the Mappa team was more focused on AOT, JJK, and Vinland Saga. And
Understandably
this
so.
one got the backdoor treatment. It still looked good. The first
Oh, look
season
great.
of Hell's Paradise didn't have many. I mean, it had fights all the time, but it didn't have many truly impactful fights. There was only one or two dealing with Gabimaru.
Yes. Yes.
So it makes sense that those fights looked stellar and the other ones looked a little more lackluster. Every animation studio does that when their lower end fights become more lackluster looking.
Yep.
Um, Also, one that I've been reading and have not watched yet, Insomniacs After School. About two insomniacs who find solace in each other, basically. And they create an astronomy club.
Oh, fair enough.
One that I enjoyed because it's about gaming. My love story with Yamada-kun at level 999. Basically, she gets into a game because of her boyfriend. Her boyfriend dumps her for a better looking, more robust girl. And she can't bring herself to drop the game. And then she meets Yamada, a pro gamer who is in her clan in the game. The Ancient Magus Bride Season 2. I have not started it yet. I've heard nothing but good things about the Ancient Magus Bride. We had Mashal. Magic and Muscles came out this season.
That was great. So funny.
If you want a funny anime, look no further than Mashal.
Cream puff?
Bro, the ending song alone. Custard. Chocolate. Strawberry.
Oh no. You're gonna give me like PTSD of that song.
That song was
Uh
hilarious.
it gave me you just gave me PTSD of that song.
So if you, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of Mashal, but if you haven't heard of Mashal yet, take Harry Potter and Black Clover and smash them together.
Make it a comedy.
Yeah. Mashal cannot go 5 seconds without a cream puff in his mouth.
No, he cannot, and it's great. I like cream puffs too, but not as much as him.
Oh god! And the new season just started today too, of that.
Oh, well, that kind of got overshadowed today.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, with solo leveling and Blue
Yeah,
Exorcist.
mainly just solo.
I almost went back and rewatched the first two seasons of Blue Exorcist, but luckily the first episode, the first quarter of it gives you a nice little recap.
Oh, that's a bonus at least.
Yeah, I'm all right with recaps as long as it's in the first episode after a long break between seasons. Like with
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
with a 1,000 Year Blood War, we got a special ending in the first episode that ran through OG Bleach.
Yeah.
We had the Konosuba side story anime, an explosion on this wonderful world. Megami's backstory is basically what it was. Now that I realize, Dead Mount Deathplay had a quick turnaround too, because fall was when season 2 came out.
So I just started that one.
This one, Cope told me I would fall in
He
love in the first episode,
he
and he
showed me
was
it.
not wrong.
It was it's good.
Like, I have a message trend with him. It's just like, this is like, I was in shock and awe, and now I'm just waiting for the last 3 episodes of season 2 to get dubbed, because this blew me away.
I was surprised.
Next we have one that's more towards me and Tony's taste. It's called Otaku Elf. It's basically a shrine priestess watches over the deity, which is an elf summoned from another world. And she used to go out and talk with her followers. Now she is a shut-in that does nothing but game, watch anime, and build Gundam models. We had the Ranking of Kings special season going over the best moments of season 1. We had the second season of Kuma 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 Bear. Very, very wholesome, funny isekai. My Home Hero. This is one that I highly recommend. It's basically, so dude's daughter is dating a yakuza and is abusing her. Well, parents find out. Parents killed said boyfriend. Now parents are roped in this war with the yakuza, and they're trying to just protect their daughter.
Jeez.
We had Mix Meisei season 2. Look no
Yep.
further for a good baseball anime. Mix is good. The only problem I would have to say with the second season of Mix is it goes too much on the romance plot point. There's too much involvement of the romance plot point, and it kind of threw it off for me.
That's fair.
Oh, this was another good one. We had I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. So it's an isekai without being an isekai, because he can go back and forth between the real world and this other world. And there's 2 different plots going on at the same time.
Hmm.
Let's see. Talk about okay. Here's a couple flops of the season. Alice Gear Aegis expansion. It starts off with this cool plot point where like the Vice are a race of mechanical aliens that drive humans off of Earth,
Okay.
and they live on starships around the moon. And it gives all this hype with like, okay, yeah, these characters are called Aegis pilots, and they fight the Vice. Well, we didn't have a single battle with the Vice. There wasn't even a single time they suited up in their mechs.
Oh my lord.
It was nothing but slice of life BS.
Oh, that's the worst.
It was god awful. We also had Opus Color, which is a perception art anime. It's about making art that it's virtual reality art basically, and
Okay.
it's got a hint of boys' love in it. But for some reason, the story just didn't resonate, and it tanked it.
Ooh.
And then the biggest flop of the season, Kizuna no Allie, a VTuber idol anime that is solely done off the coattails of the first VR AI YouTuber, I.
Fair enough. That just I got nothing.
Yeah, it's bad.
It sounds bad.
O&As for the spring season, we had Oku, the Inner Chambers. Basically takes Edo era Japan and flips it on its head to where there's a disease that is killing out males, and so the women become the rulers of Japan. We had the Ultraman final came out, the final season of the remake of Ultraman.
Okay.
Just scrolling and scrolling, see if there's anything else really worth mentioning.
Probably not. It felt
As I
like
skip the OVAs. Movies that came out, we had the Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King movie.
that was fantastic.
That was a great movie.
Fantastic.
The new Psycho-Pass movie, Providence, came out. I still need to watch that one.
I wish we had more Black Clover.
Soon, soon.
Oh, we can only hope.
But the question is, I don't think it's going to be too soon because the manga is in
Me
its
either.
final stages and it did just get moved to a quarterly manga.
I know.
So they might wait for the manga to finish.
That's fine. It's just,
It's basically getting the Bleach treatment.
yeah, exactly.
Because you figure
It's ex-
the production for Bleach Thousand Year Blood War got greenlit in 2016 when the manga ended. So
True,
that's probably what's going to happen with Black Clover. Once the manga ends, the new anime project is going to get greenlit.
which is so upsetting, but understandable.
Mm-hmm. And no specials of note. Moving into the summer. Now this was a big one. This was a big one.
Yeah.
Starting it off with the top one of the summer season, and it gets that top one because of what it did in the fall season, and that is Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. The Shibuya arc is really what boosted this up to the top.
It's like, it's peak.
It was emotionally scarring
So
and
good.
so good. The moment with Jogo and Sukuna, where Sukuna's like, okay, I'll use flames too. And
I
just
always think,
pulls out the Indra's arrow style flame.
yeah.
When I first
The
read
thing about,
that, I literally thought Indra's arrow from Naruto.
oh, 100%, that's my first thought. I keep going back to Gojo and Toji fighting all the
Oh,
time.
from Hidden Inventory.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That's where we got this beautiful sound bit.
Good.
Ah, the craziness that Gojo went. The ending of episode 3 of Hidden Inventory though. The end music starts playing, the credits are going, then boom.
Dude, I was so mad. I was like, oh my God.
I forgot that happened. I forgot Toji shot her. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, cool, happy ending. Boom.
No.
Like, they put the credits on screen, they started playing the end song. Did you catch the Easter
Oh,
egg with ending 4, though? The More Than Words ending.
no.
So if you watch ending 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen, where it has the More Than Words, where it ends with Yuji looking up at Shibuya Tower,
Okay.
notice how little Nobara is in there. It
Oh.
was a Easter egg foreshadowing Nobara's death.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. And you notice how Nanami's
That's
barely in
dark.
the opening too?
Yeah, I know. That one hurt.
Yeah, they both hurt, dude.
That that hurt because I like Nanami
What
so
hurt
much.
what hurt the most though, like you had Nobara going, you had the black screen for it.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then the next episode you get this banging dope ass entrance from Toji. Or not Toji, Toto.
Which,
The freaking rock
God,
music, and it's like, all
I
right, we're
love
hype,
Toto.
we're hype. We got Aoi Toto in this, and then right after the music ends, we have Yuji curled up in a ball.
Yep.
I had no reaction to that. I was just like, "Yep." I seen this coming. Yuji has only been in this world. Granted, this is October 31st. Yuji only joined the sorcery world in August.
Or Yuji.
Literally, where
Or
the
Yuji.
current manga is just got into 2019.
Or Yuji.
Yuji has only been a sorcerer for 5 months max.
Poor Yuji. He's been through some shit.
I'll
Poor
tell you what, the
Yuji.
cliffhanger we got from today's chapter, though, crazy.
We didn't even get on like to the big part of like for Shibuya. We didn't get like to like
Oh,
the
the
last
the
episode.
last episode, I was holding off because I didn't know if it was out in dub yet.
It's not, but I already know.
What do you know then?
Utah.
Oh, him being tasked to execute Yuji,
Uh-huh. And everyone got
but Megami's off scot free,
yeah.
even though he summoned Magohara.
Yeah. That's all Sukuna planning though.
Oh, here's the thing: Sukuna didn't plan for Magohara at Shibuya. Neither
No,
did
no,
Joko or the other special grades.
no, no.
It's because of the Zenin clan's pull. Megami is
True.
a Zenin.
True.
He took his mother's last name,
That's true.
which, oh my god, the next arc is gonna hurt. I already know it's coming. It's going to hurt.
I swear to God.
All I'll say is it involves Maki, Mei, Maki's sister, and Megami.
I swear to God. If Megami dies, I'm gonna be like pissed.
You already know he doesn't because you got spoiled about what happened like 2 months back in the manga.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I try to rip that out of my mind.
But I mean, I think they are calling it the Zenin clan incident.
Oh, I thought it was calling games or
No,
calling game
that's
or
after the Zenin clan incident.
oh, is it?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
technically
okay.
still going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, calling games is massive. It needs its own season. I think the next season is going to be a 12 episode season, and
I
it's going to
heard
lead
something.
up to the start of the calling games.
I heard there was something coming out for JJK that's something based off of Toji. This true? I saw some like art for it. I didn't know if it was real or not. So I like
It could be special art. It could be a light novel.
it was like him as a little kid,
Yeah, we haven't gotten
and
any of that in the manga.
yeah, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be
It could be a
strictly.
special. It more
Yeah,
likely will be a special. It's probably going to be a canon special.
probably. I would assume so.
But next up was my pick for the best anime of the season for summer 2023, and that is Bleach: Thousand Year Blood War: The Separation.
That's a fair pick.
This, oh my god, seeing Ichigo in action after getting his true blades. Oh,
That's fair.
Kenpachi Zaraki getting his Shikai. Just the fights in this season were crazy.
Rukia.
Rukia's Bankai. Haka no
My,
Tagame.
my boy's a zombie though, and I'm upset.
Hitsugaya.
Yeah, my boy's a zombie.
It's alright. My Yuri will toy with him.
I know. It's upsetting.
I mean, he already did. He turned Toshiro back to the Soul Reaper side.
Uh,
But, what do you think of Giselle? Stern Ritter Z, the zombie.
you're gonna have to give me a slight refresh.
She's the one that turned them into zombies.
Oh, I don't like her.
Well, I misspoke. She's not a she. She's a he.
Well, regardless.
The interaction with Yumi Chika and him, though, they cut out.
Regardless.
Yumi Chika calls him out and says he's a guy, but in the manga, Yumi Chika goes, "You reek of semen." He cut that out.
Oh God.
Oh, next up we have Bungo Stray Dogs season 5. Like I
Also
said, that was a
very good.
quick turnaround.
Very good.
Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Season 2. I cannot wait for the next part of Season 2 to start. It starts in spring of this year. Mushoku Tensei instantly jumped up to my number one isekai. It is
Oh,
that good.
over Eminence?
Yes, way over Eminence, and mainly because Eminence is dope and all, but Mushoku Tensei has so much lore behind it.
That's fair.
Now, I know there are some creators, not going to name any. You know exactly which one I'm talking about, though.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Saying how he was talking about if you watch this, your opinion don't matter no more if you enjoyed this because of the slavery and all this and the pervertedness. I'm like, show me an anime with no pervertedness in it, and I will show you something that is not an anime. Every anime has some sort of pervert in it without the ecchi tag, and this even has the ecchi tag, so you know it's going to be there.
Uh,
Then the slavery part. Yes, Rudius buys a slave in this season. But he buys her to free her. He literally freed her. You look at any isekai that's normal in the world, in those worlds. Hell, look at The Rising of Shield Hero. Raphtalia wore a slave collar for the entirety of the first season because it helps her get stronger to help fight with Naofumi. Naofumi's whole goal in that is to get rid of slavery. Slavery is an even bigger topic in Shield Hero than it is in Mushoku Tensei. So no, don't listen to that creator. Watching Mushoku Tensei and liking it does not make your opinion worthless. Mushoku Tensei is a beautiful, perfectly written story. I mean, hell, Studio Bind was created literally to do Mushoku Tensei. That was what that studio was created for. Moving on, we have Horimiya Peace. This was the missing pieces of Horimiya. All the chapters that weren't adapted in the mainstream, in the main title series. But the next one to really talk about is Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Talk about a new take on the zombie genre.
what is your opinion on Zom? Because I love it.
I love it. I'm fully caught up with the manga. I cannot wait for more of this.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be thrown off by the Kellers, but I love
was
it.
at first too because I read it first. So when the first episode happened, I was like, and then I was like, wait a second. If you go back to the first episode, Akira is saying how his life was nothing but gray, nothing but black and white. And then when the zombie apocalypse happens, he's like, I can see colors again. The colors are coming from his perspective.
And I love that.
If we weren't looking at the story from his eyes, it would be red blood.
Yep.
The shark zombie. Akira's dad, though, he's a real Chad.
Yeah.
Akira's dad is a Chad.
100%.
Next up, we have Undead Murder Farce. Very shocked, but I enjoyed the hell out of that. It's about an Oni from Japan meeting an immortal girl who is only a head because her body got stolen by an organization, and they travel all over the world: London, France, Spain. And it's Sherlock Holmes is in it.
What?
Yes.
Shout out my boy Sherlock. I mean RDJ.
It's great. Next up, we have one of my personal favorites as well, Dark Gathering.
I heard a lot about it, but I didn't get the chance to watch it.
It's good. It's very good. There are some moments in it that the manga just does better. Like Aiko, the main love interest, has this very demonic, wicked smile in her secret room, and the manga panel just kills it. The anime doesn't really live up to it too much. No hate on OLM. OLM did a great job on it still.
I mean, that tends to happen.
We had the start of Rurouni Kenshin 2023 remake.
Fantastic.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Fantastic.
I haven't watched the original, but from talking to
Well
people,
deserved.
the original starts off with filler.
It does, and I was pissed.
This is actually following the manga.
Yes.
And I know there's
Yes.
controversy around the creator with something that happened in the last couple years with him, dealing with
That is
CP.
a yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that
But
one.
so
Show's great.
a lot of people were worrying about watching this legally if he was going to get royalties or anything. And it got confirmed by Linden Films and by Crunchyroll that there was no royalties going to him from the streaming of this anime.
And it is
It
fantastic.
is good.
I highly recommend you watch the OG.
I might go back and watch the OG.
I feel like you have to.
I probably will.
Just because
Because
so you'll understand
I did
like
that with Sailor Moon. I watched the original, then I watched Crystal.
that's fair.
So like, I probably will go back and watch the original.
I think once you watch OG Kenshin and you like you'll come back to what it is now and we're like, oh my god.
Yeah, the animation is great. Linden Films did a great job on the animation. They knocked
Oh,
it out of the park.
100%. Fantastic.
The problem with that is it is 94 episodes, the
Yeah, it's a
original,
little long.
and I still have Gintama to get through.
Gintama's long.
It's 300 and some episode plus 3 movies.
Gintama's long. I was gonna start Gintama, but I didn't yet.
I'm on episode 28. I'm working on it.
I
The
I
problem
guess no,
is
it's hilarious.
there's no official dub.
I know, which is very upsetting. And my first thought was like Gintama. Oh, like I could see like Ian Sinclair in here.
So it makes it very hard to binge it. And felt like that after I hit the point of One Piece where it's like, oh crap, there's no more dub, and I switched over to sub for One Piece. It felt more like a challenge to get through it with no dub. So that's the issue I'm running into with Gintama.
That's fair.
Next, we have one of the weirdest animations that I've ever seen, and that is The Duke of Death and His Maid Season 2. The lore takes a huge... We get a huge dive into the lore in this season, and I was there for it, no matter how weird the animation looks. It's a mixture of 3D and 2D, but it's not like Trigun. But it's not as bad. It's not as bad as Berserk.
That was quite bad.
But I say it's on the level of the Golden Age arc of Berserk. It's not as bad as 2016 Berserk.
Okay.
But the way that the characters move is weirder than Berserk.
Which is also concerning.
Next, we have another good one. I just picked the first volume of the manga. I can't wait for the second and probably the final season because there's only 12 volumes of this series, and that is Helk. It's about a hero who defects to the side of the demons because the demons are actually peaceful creatures in this world. They're not warmongers. The humans are the actual warmongers in this season. So we have Helk, our hero, defects over to the demon side to try to save his friends that were turned into monstrosities on the human side.
Okay.
Very, very good show. Then we had Spy Class from season 2. The first season was a lot better than the second season. I will say that for a fact. The isekai that took me by surprise, the most heretical last boss queen from villainess to savior.
What a title. I feel like it's a long, over-exaggerated title. I'm going immediate isekai.
Yeah, it's an isekai. She gets thrown into one of her favorite Otome games, but for the first 8 years of her life, she has no recollection of her previous life. But it turns out royalty in this world get granted a form of magical power. Her magical power is clairvoyance. That's what she says it is. But it's actually her remembering her past and remembering the plot of the game.
Huh.
And in the game, the character she gets isekai'd as Princess Pride Royal Ivy is a mongerer who, as soon as she takes the throne at the age of 18, gets assassinated.
Oof.
She's a very evil person, hence why it's most heretical last boss queen. and she's doing everything in her power so she doesn't die.
Mm.
Um, Next, we have My Tiny Senpai, which is actually very wholesome. Basically, it's a slice of life. Shinozaki is a brand new office worker, and his senpai, his mentor, is a 3 year veteran at the job, but she's like 4'2" with G cups. So there's that.
Gonna
Um,
fall over.
then we had Sinduality Noir. Now this is a new mecha by Studio 8-Bit. Um, Very good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Season 2 is actually starting on Monday. Season 2 is starting.
It's a bonus.
Yep. And then we go into the flops of the season. Well, I can't really say flops because this one, I don't know why I got bad reviews. Me and Cope both enjoyed this one, and that was Reign of the Seven Spellblades.
I heard about that one. Didn't give it a watch yet because I mean,
It's very enjoyable. You can feel, I at least felt, and I think Cope did as well, some Bleach inspiration in it.
that's fair.
Now we move on to the flops where we had Tempuru, No One Can Live on Loneliness. It's literally just about a dude who wants to block out all his desires, and he's gone. Technical difficulties again? Oh, brother.
Discord's having an aneurysm.
Your Discord's really being a bitch today.
Dude, it's like I'm just sitting here, just no. I'm not even like touching my phone right now. I'm not even touching it, and it's just like no.
We need to get you a laptop or something.
Yeah, that's the next move.
But Tempuru, No One Can Live on
Oh
Loneliness.
boy.
Dude doesn't want to have perverted thoughts anymore, so he goes to a temple. His uncle recommends to become a monk. Turns out this temple is turned into a nunnery, and every girl at the nunnery, of course, has G-sized breast, and it just turns into a erotic comedy at that point. And then we had
Oh boy.
the gene of AI. I feel like there was too many plot points in this to actually be a full anime. Like there were so many different plot points that's like, what the hell is going on? Can we at least wrap up at least one more plot point before we start the 12th plot point?
Like I don't mind shows that could have multiple plot points,
I
but
don't either.
only if it leads to the
Mm-hmm.
main one.
Like the way Oshinoko's doing it is you have two protagonists and they're both following a different goal. And it works really well having those two separate plot points.
It's kind of like Attack on Titan. They did it like,
Yeah, you had two separate sides of the table on that one.
and it was all leading to the same place,
Yep.
and it worked. It was great.
And from what I've heard from the Oshinoko manga is the plot points of Ruby and Aqua do intersect and become one plot point.
Okay, see, that's not bad.
Yeah. But the way this one did, none of the plot points actually coincided with each other. One that was a flop, but I enjoyed, which are some of these next ones. Reborning as a Vending Machine. I watched it. Because I'm like, all right, this is gonna be my trash isekai that I watched this season. And
And you loved it.
it actually wasn't bad. It wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't like Eminence and Shadow or Musoku Tensei level stuff. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't like the Reborn as a Farmer in Another World one. Another isekai, Am I Actually the Strongest? Gets isekai to a world where they only go up to 3 digits for the level ranking, so the max level is 999. The goddess actually makes him level 1002, so he registers as a level 2, and she gives him no elements for his magic, so he can only use ancient barrier magic. This one I thought was pretty good. I don't know why it became a flop, but it's Ayaka, A Story of Bonds and Wounds. Very good. It gave me, I can't even think of what it gave me. It gave me Final Fantasy vibes. Like
Okay,
Final Fantasy, I would say Type Zero, where it's like a normal everyday life turned into magical in the same
that's
world.
fair.
One that was a good relaxation anime, like just one just to put on the watch, not one like to be hype about or be like, oh god, this is trash. Altia Ryza. It's based off a video game, and of course, Linden Films did that one as well.
Oh, really?
Yep. Um,
Seems
things
like
we
there's a
had.
lot for summer.
Summer and fall are always big ones.
Yeah,
For ONAs, we had the Baki Hama second season. Killed it. Baki always kills it. We had the Kengan Ashura second season, which I have heard if you're a fan of Baki, you're going to love Kengan Ashura. So I got to get on that as well. Then we had Record of Ragnarok Season 2, Part 2, which is Buddha, my favorite character in Record of Ragnarok, versus Zero Fuku.
that show was nuts.
That show is awesome. I cannot wait for more.
It is
I want to start
nuts.
getting the manga. I want to start getting the manga and start reading it.
Man, they're just throwing fucking hands, and it's great.
Dude, that's literally all the season is. It's a fighting tournament between gods and humans.
It's fucking awesome. You're just chucking hands, and I love it.
And my favorite two fights right now is Buddha versus Zero Fuku and Hercules versus Jack the Ripper.
Fair.
Jack the Ripper was my favorite character until we got more of Buddha.
That's fair.
Buddha's attitude is just awesome. We also got the second season of Bastard. It's another good one. I think that's all really to know. Oh, we got the second part of the time skip era of Seven Deadly Sins with the grunge of Edinburgh Part 2, which those two parts lead into the Four Nights of the Apocalypse, which Netflix, come on, release it already.
I won't lie to you. I kind of fell out of Seven Deadly Sins after the way they wrapped up the last story, like the original.
I mean, the original, I think it's more to the animation. It got switched studio, like midway through doing the final season, it switched studios.
And God, was it noticeable.
Yeah, especially during one of the best fights of the entire manga, Escanor versus Demon King Meliodas. Like, that is one of the best fights in the entire manga, and it got screwed
Yeah,
up so bad. Like,
I'm so
Escanor is my favorite
disappointed.
character in Seven Deadly Sins.
Who decided that?
But
I love
these
Escanor.
two parts follow Bon and Meliodas' kids, Percival, not Percival. Percival is the main character of Four Nights of the Apocalypse. One is Lancelot. Bond's kid is Lancelot. I think it's Tristan. Is Meliodas' kid?
Basic name.
He's half demon, half angel,
Well, that's nuts.
and Lancelot is half elf. And we do not know if he has immortal qualities yet, but we do know he can shapeshift into a fox.
That's dope.
So before Netflix drops Four Nights of the Apocalypse, make sure you watch these two parts because they'll kind of give you an introduction into what the world is like now because it's like 18 years later.
Okay.
We had Gamera Rebirth, which is a new take on Godzilla. It was only 6 episodes. It was a Netflix drop as well. I enjoyed it.
Like you have to be in the Godzilla to really enjoy it.
I love Godzilla stuff. I still need to go see Godzilla versus Kong. I need to see Minus One, and there's a new Godzilla movie coming out soon.
I believe Kong versus Godzilla is on HBO.
Okay, that's one streaming service I don't think I have.
I believe. I could be wrong. I recommend you get it. They put a ton of stuff on there.
Moving into movies, we had The Boy and the Heron. Such a great movie. Studio Ghibli movie. Insanely good. Um, Mark Hamill, the Luke Skywalker is in this.
Oh, my boy.
I think Christian Bale is in it as well. So the main character is played by Luca Pavidon. The great uncle is played by Mark Hamill. The Heron Man is played by Robert Patterson.
Holy cast.
It's Studio Ghibli. It always gets great. And the director, Hayao Miyazaki, was retired, and he came out of retirement and was like, let me show you how a movie's done to direct this. And this is supposed to be his true final movie.
Oh, the cast like that. Holy shit.
So Studio Ghibli is always like that. Like the main villain in Ponyo is played by Christian Bale.
That's awesome.
We had the new the new Biohazard, Resident Evil Death Island came out. I still need to watch that as well. And that's pretty much it for the summer season. Oh, we had the Fate Strange Fake Whispers of Dawn movie, the Quintessential Quintuplets movie. Or no, this was the specials. They haven't actually put the specials on yet. And I need to put those there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the summer. Moving into fall. Fall was another big hitter.
Yeah.
To start off, we have the #1 anime on Mal right now, Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Have you ever heard of a fantasy story that takes place after the defeat of the Demon King?
No.
Different type of take, isn't it?
Just a tad.
This is a story where we follow Frieren, an elf, in her journeys after defeating the Demon King. Hence the title, Beyond Journey's End.
Fair enough.
Very good. Studio Madhouse is actually doing it, which I'm extremely shocked about because the animation is on point. Next
I know they're big hit or misses.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Apothecary Diaries. If you like ancient Chinese stuff and medicine and poisons, you'll enjoy this. I am enjoying it. Zhao Mo is the main character. She is a ball of fun to watch. But I know you're ready for the #3 of the fall season, even though you haven't watched it yet.
#3?
Yeah, this came in 3rd place for the fall season. That is Eminence in Shadow Season 2.
Dude, I cannot wait.
And there's 2 arcs in it, too.
Oh, I cannot wait.
It was great. Next up, we have Dr. Stone New World Part 2, or Japan Exploration Arc, which sets up the American travel arc, where they go to the Americas. I'm excited for more Dr. Stone. I am not excited for the ending, though. You think Tokyo Revengers ending is bad? I don't know it personally.
Oh, dude, my... You're gonna be so angry.
You know how we were about the AOT ending in the manga?
Which they saved in the anime, might I add.
But, do you know how bad it was?
Oh, it's horrendous.
Dr. Stone's is worse.
And Tokyo Revengers is worse than that.
I can't comment on that yet, but... We also had Spy Family Season 2 dropping.
Must protect Anya at all costs.
Must protect Anya. Even though Anya's the one that did a little protecting in this season.
Shout out on you.
If it wasn't for Anya, Yor would have died.
That is indeed true. On you the
um,
goat.
Next is one that I just got caught up to yesterday. Because I heard the opening song on Spotify and was like, hold up, this is for that anime? Okay, I gotta go watch this. And that is Shangri-La Frontier. Dude is a trash. You know how I mentioned how Reincarnated as a Vending Machine is gonna be my trash anime of that season?
Yes.
My trash isekai? The way I am with watching trash animes is how the main character of this story is with trash games. And then he finally gets convinced to play a AAA title. And that's the story so far. He's playing the AAA title. And it is, oh my god. I was taken by shock. I was like, okay. Protocol Rain was pretty good. No Game No Life is amazing. One of my top 3 isekais. SAO was kind of mid. So I had second doubts about this one because it's like, okay, it's another video game one. But this blew it out of the water for me.
Heard SAO got like almost Standard Studio or something.
No, it's still
Oh,
A1 and Aniplex.
I heard the
It's
animation's
been
like
A1
crazy now.
it's been A1 and Aniplex since the start. Well, that's because the
I heard
stuff they're
the
doing now, the stuff that's in the Alicization arc, is way crazier than anything in any of the other arcs.
I heard it's nuts.
It's Fate level stuff that they're doing in the arc.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Next one
That
I
makes me want to
haven't.
watch SAO.
Next one I haven't watched. I just want to rag on this title again. But it's the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Oh my god, what a fucking title.
This thing got a 792.
How?
That's what I'm wondering. It makes me kind of want to watch it. Like, how did this thing get a 792? And it got
Right.
and it got renewed for a second season.
That makes no sense.
I might end up binging this if there's a dub of it. I might end up just binging the dub just to see what all the hype is about.
Say that makes no sense.
Like, it got 11th place in the rankings for fall.
That's impressive.
It's above the next 3 that we're going to talk about, which I think should be higher. And another one that's way lower that should be way higher. But we have Tokyo Revengers Season 3. I don't know if you watched Season 3 yet.
I did. Every time I guess it was good.
It was good. Nothing
It was
too
good.
too spectacular.
No, not really. At least not for me. It was good.
Next,
It's just once you start Tokyo Revengers, and the only thing once you know the ending, you're just like, fuck. It's like you with Dr. Stone. You're sitting there like,
I want more, but I don't want the ending.
exactly. You're sitting there like, I know what's gonna come. Like I know what's happening.
Next up
And
is an anime by a studio that has done all of JoJo's. And that is Undead Unluck. Now, I can't think of a better studio than David Production to do Undead Unluck.
I have not watched this.
Dude, it's on Hulu.
But
It's
okay, I will put it to
a man that
my
cannot
spot.
die and a woman who kills with a touch.
My. That's
Undead and Unluck. It is hilarious. It is awesome. I am so excited to see the second half of the first season. And this next one should definitely be above 100 Girlfriends, and that is MF Gusto.
MF Ghost, or as I call it, motherfucking Ghost.
Yeah. Following the student of Takumi Fujiwara in a self-driving electric car racing era, and we have one combustion engine race circuit left, and that is MF Ghost. The double plot line in this works very well as well, because we have the plot line from the racing side, and then we have Kanada's plot line of finding his father.
I like the art style choice.
I do too. It's a different studio than who did Initial D in the past.
Yes.
and they kept the classic black streaking on the cars.
Yes. I like that they had that too.
Where the next one, Overtake, did not have that. Which Overtake, it kind of confused me at first. I thought there was this F1 anime, but it's
It's
about
F4.
F4, and we actually, the main character is a photographer. We actually follow the photographer and not the racing. The racing is just a side plot.
That makes no sense.
And the way it ended, it feels like that there is not going to be another season of this.
You would think the main character would be the driver,
Yeah, it would
and
be, what
then
was his name?
I haven't watched it. I waited, and you told
Haruka.
me.
Haruka. But no,
Yeah, I was.
Haruka's supporting. Kyoya is the main actor, is the main character.
Makes no sense.
I mean,
You
it
would think
wasn't bad. It still wasn't bad. I still gave it a 9. It was not bad at all.
you can easily make like 4 seasons out of this.
Yeah, you can have him win these races because like he finally wins one at the end. Sorry for spoiling.
And you're fine.
He finally wins one. The whole point of the main plot is for Kyoya to be able to take pictures of people again.
Okay.
After he took a picture of a little girl who got torn away in a tsunami and died,
Okay. Oh my.
and he got so much backlash for it without knowing that the family actually appreciated the picture.
Hmm.
And he finds that out like halfway through the season. And he's like, "Okay, I'm good. I can take pictures of people again." He got PTSD every time he looked through the lens of his camera with a person in it. He got PTSD at that moment
That's fair.
because the person he was staying with stopped him from going to save her. Because if
Oh,
he went down to save her, he would be dead too. There
that's
wasn't
crazy.
enough time to get her. And he wants his first picture to be of Haruka on the podium.
That's fair.
So that's how the season ends.
Okay.
Now, they could have us follow the secondary plot, which that kind of got wrapped up too, because Haruka's whole goal was just to see the view from on top of the podium.
So they easily could have been. Oh yeah, he graduates F4 to F3
He
to
they
F2 to F1,
Yeah,
and then
they enjoy they like the way his tenacity and stuff, and he gets signed on with a bigger team in a higher category.
yeah, it just keeps happening,
But the way it ended, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get that.
which is highly unfortunate.
Yeah. Next one is a anime from a gotcha game. It's called Art Knights. This was the second
Oh,
season, Parish and Frost. I had to binge the first season, and then I watched this. It's only 16 episodes total for both seasons. It's actually good. It's very good. Yes, they're a bunch of basically furries. They're half animal, half people. But it's only certain characteristics, like the main character just has rabbit ears.
okay.
Like that's all she has is rabbit ears. That's the only animal
So it's
characteristic she
not
has.
B stars.
It's not B stars, no.
Okay.
Um, and basically, you can use magic if you're infected with this disease.
Okay.
And there's one half of the population wants to completely eradicate anyone with this disease. The other half of the population that has the disease is split into two movements. One is called reunion, which they're trying to find a cure and help people with the disease and coexist with people who don't, because it's not a contagious disease. But the people who don't have it spread rumors that it is contagious. And then the other half is called revolution. They want to eradicate the normal living people because
Interesting.
they also want to eradicate reunion because they were oppressed and they want to take over the world and get rid of their oppressors.
That's fair.
From being taken from a video game, it is a very lore heavy show. Next one is one that I am actually currently reading the first volume that I finally started picking up the manga for this, and it's called Ragna Crimson.
Okay.
It is a story about dragons, and these dragons can be killed with silver or sunlight. And we follow our main
Interesting.
character Ragna, who gets an ominous premonition about his companion Leo, about her death, and gets a visit from his future self, and his future self gives him the power that he has accumulated because Ragna has no talent for killing dragons.
Okay.
And he inherits this power from his future self, saves his companion, and then finds the dragon Crimson, who's a dragon who's against all other dragons and wants to kill him. And it's a story about Ragna and Crimson going to defeat the dragon monarch and the dragons around the world. Very good. It's another one that's on High Dive. Next is Dead Mount Death Play Part 2. Again,
Okay.
huge turnaround.
Oh, yeah. Very quick.
Very, very quick. And it was just more of the same from the first part. Insanely good. The lore expands so much in Part 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have continued, but One Piece happened.
Then we had the trash anime I watched, which I actually gave it a 7 for it being the one I thought was going to be the trash one of the season. I'm in love with the villainess. What made me first watch this was the fact that it was getting simuldubbed, so it was something else I can just put on and read while it's on.
Yeah.
And it's literally about I believe it's another isekai. Yeah, it's another isekai. She gets isekai'd into her favorite game, and the villain of the game was her favorite character, and now she's trying to get the villain to fall in love with her because she's in love with the villain.
That's fair.
And we had Goblin Slayer Season 2. Whoo! Talk about just pure gold. I love Goblin Slayer. I love the fact that the characters actually have no names because you're meant to insert yourself as Goblin Slayer.
That's cool.
And we had Stardust Telepath, which this is the one that our one viewer in the Discord, Taratuga, is that her name? Is that their name? Taratuga?
That sounds right. I always wonder how to pronounce that, but I am very bad with names, even regular names.
Yeah, I think it's Taratuga. Mentioned the other day watching with that GIF. That is one of the characters from Stardust Telepath. It's about an antisocial girl, so it's kind of like Comey Can't Communicate, but it's nowhere near as good. And she wants to go to space, so she meets an alien, and they make a model rocket club at school. That's the story.
Okay.
And of course, Netflix, please let us watch it because shit. Seven Deadly Sins, Four Nights of the Apocalypse, as I pop out my headphones. Drop it, Netflix, please. Why is it gotta be in streaming jail?
Just for you.
Oh, I'm so happy they didn't do that with freaking Bleach. I'm so happy Disney didn't do that because Disney did that with a couple series, including Summertime Rendering.
Really?
Yeah. I'm so happy they didn't do that with Bleach. I'm so happy you got simulcasted. Why Seven Deadly Sins isn't getting simulcasted is crazy.
I'm upset that So Evelyn's not now.
Well, simulcast is when the sub comes out same day as it's on Japanese television.
Oh, okay.
Simuldub is when the dub comes out.
Okay, yeah. I'm upset that Simon Dub's not happening anymore.
Next one is The Rising Shield Hero Season 3. Way better than Season 2. Way better than Season 2. By far. Under Ninja. This was a good one. And it's weird because the main character dies in the last episode.
Interesting.
But there is going to be a Season 2. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. And I actually can't wait for the next season. Next one that took me by surprise was Paradox Alive. It is about phantom metal rapping. And it's really good. The songs are bangers. And the animation is clean. Pine Jam did a very good job on it. I'll have to show you the opening song, the opening after we come off of here.
Okay.
The comedy one I watched for this season was The Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch.
What a title.
It's just funny. That's all I can say about it. It is just funny.
That's never a bad thing.
No. Then we had My Daughter Left the Nest and Returned as an S-Rank Adventurer. This one was a mixture of funny and like, wow, that's actually pretty damn cool. Then one of the ones I was waiting for a long time to watch, waiting for it to come out. I've been wanting to grab the manga of this for so long, but I always end up grabbing other manga. Like I grabbed Ragna Crimson Volume 1 instead of this, the first volume of this, and it is Berserk of Gluttony. Very cool.
That's
The fight scenes are amazing. Next up we have Shy. It's literally just called Shy. It's
short to the point. Love it.
It's about a world where each country has a superhero representative, and it gets picked by the heart bracelets, and you have to have heart to be a hero. The Japanese hero is Teru Monojima, and she is an extreme social recluse.
Okay.
And she has to be a hero and do these appearances in front of crowds, and she is extremely shy.
It's okay. So going off your description, it sounds like the friendlier The Boys.
Pretty much.
I don't know if you watch The Boys at all.
I saw a little bit. I know a little bit about Homelander because of one of Daddy Fat Snap's songs called "I'm Better."
Homelander's the shit.
Dude,
but that's besides the point.
Dude, I'll show you that song too. That song is insanely good.
Homelander's great. I recommend you watch it, but that's what it sounded like. You said that has to do with like appearances. I was like, my first thought was
maybe I should watch The Boys now because
it's so good.
Because that. Do you like firefighters?
To an extent.
A good anime that I recommend is Firefighter Daigo, Rescuer in Orange.
I know you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, it's about the special rescue squad in the Tokyo Fire Department.
I think I'd be down to watch that.
It's good. I enjoy it. Next up is the Kingdoms of Ruin. A lot of good ones came out in fall. This is about so there's witches and there's humans. The witches always helped the humans for ages. Then the humans found science and decided to eradicate the witches. Well, we follow our main character who is a human who was a witch's apprentice. And he gets imprisoned. The witches break him out, and it turns out there's a colony of witches on the moon. Now, witches can live in any environment. They do not need oxygen. But they create this facility so humans can survive. So our main character knows what they're trying to do. And he basically brings the humans up there with him and slaughters all the witches.
Jesus.
And now it's a revenge story where the main character is now off to slaughter all of humanity.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's good.
That's dark. I love it.
Protocol Rain. Traumatic childhood incident leaves his sister paralyzed from the waist down, and he quit gaming because of it. Now he's getting back into gaming and going into the Pro League.
Okay.
Kamabiri God App, rip off Platinum End. It's rip off Platinum End. It is literally the same exact plot as Platinum End.
Oof.
Kizuna no Allie Season 2. We're getting into the flops now. Kizuna no Allie Season 2. They did the final 4 episodes, the concerts were actually a little better. Instead of being, you know how a VTuber looks?
Yeah, for the most part.
That's how the concerts were.
Oh my god.
The final 4 episodes, they actually do good with the do good with the concerts. 2 of the songs were actually enjoyable. And it kind of makes me scared now because Studio Wit was part of it. And they're doing the One Piece.
Oh, no.
This one, I don't even know if I want to talk about this one. I gave it a 1. This is the only anime I've ever given a 1. and it's called A Girl and Her Guard Dog.
Oh, it even sounds boring.
Grooming.
It's about grooming.
Yep.
Yeah, hell no.
That is the biggest flop of the year. And since it's the last season for 2023, we will do the big continuings. One Piece.
Yep,
Oh, what
kind of
a
obvious.
year for One Piece, man.
Yeah,
The climax and the ending of Wano. The live action.
the announcement of that it's being remade.
The remake. The manga's going crazy. Ah,
Gear 5.
Gear 5th. Oh
Film
my.
Red.
Film Red was technically last year.
Was it?
Yeah, Film Red was 2022.
Okay.
But still,
Regardless.
the manga, we got Shank stuff, we got Garp stuff,
I love Garp.
we got Blackbeard stuff, we got Vegapunk, confirmation of season 2 of the live action.
Yep.
Whoo! What a year for anime it's been. For ONAs, we had Pluto. Very good, very good. If you want like a mecha futuristic Sherlock Holmes AI android type show, Pluto's the way to go.
All right.
We had 3 new special episodes for That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime to set up the new season.
That's coming out this year.
Yep.
Don't know when, but you know it's coming out.
We had Good Night World. This was another one. This is another video game one that took me by surprise. The plot twists in this show were so good.
Plot twist couldn't make or break a show.
Oh, it made this one. I thought, okay,
I
this is just
think.
going to be a boring, overpowered characters in a video game, and then plot twist after plot twist. And I was like, oh my god, this is just getting better. I literally couldn't put it down.
That's the best when that happens.
For movies, we had the Spy Family movie, Code White, released in Japan. Has not come to us yet, unfortunately. We had Rascal Does Not Dream of Knapsack Kid. Came out in Japan. Both by Cloverworks. We had the 4th movie of the Girls in Panzer finale. Which, you're talking about milking a final season like AOT did. Girls in Panzer is doing 6 movies for their final arc.
Oh my god.
But the 4th one came out. We had the My Hero special, UA Heroes Battle, which I think it was, them playing the card game?
Which was hilarious.
I haven't watched it because I don't think they put it on Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchyroll.
It is? Okay, I gotta go watch it.
It is so fucking
I will
funny.
write that down to watch it.
Oh, it's so funny. Just wait till Bakugo shows up.
Oh, God. We had a new movie for Ghost in the Shell. Which anything Ghost in the Shell is more than likely going to be good, except for the Scarlett Johansson version. We don't talk about that. We had the final Attack on Titan episode.
So upset.
Took so long.
No, apparently not as long as some.
And today or tomorrow, the dub of it comes out.
Yeah, I don't know what time.
Quicker turnaround for the dub for this one.
Price must have been free.
It comes out at 8 a.m.
Is that here?
I believe that is Eastern Standard Time.
Is that at 8 in the morning?
Yep, converted to your time zone, E.S.T, 8 a.m.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah, 10 hours.
so excited, but I'm not all at the same time.
We also had the Burn Witch number .8, which is the first chapter of the Burn the Witch manga. It's the prologue chapter. Oh my god! I'm just so happy to have more Burn the Witch stuff. Burn the Witch is in the same universe as Bleach.
Okay.
It is the Soul Society Western branch.
Okay, fair enough.
They even mention about how things are done completely different in the East.
That's funny.
And that is all. So, thank you for joining us here today. We will be and welcome back, I should say too. I know we took a 2-week break, and we know that the One Piece and My Hero chapters came out yesterday. We will be recording those videos tomorrow, and they will be up normal days. Monday for One Piece, Tuesday for My Hero. This will be up on YouTube on Thursday. Make sure you go check out the links in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. Check out Tacco's Twitter. Get yourself some Rogue Energy using the code TheMadness5 at checkout. God, it's been 2 weeks. I'm blanking on what I have to say. Tomorrow,
I know, right?
Tomorrow we're doing the next episode in season 2, Best Studio Ghibli Film.
Get ready to talk a lot, buddy.
I know. Which some of these films y'all should have seen, like Spirited Away.
Didn't watch.
Oh, dude, that one won an Oscar.
Yeah, there was one I was gonna watch, but I didn't watch it. I didn't know it was Studio Ghibli or not, but I think it's Sousa.
Oh, Suzume?
I know it's on Crunchyroll.
That is not Studio Ghibli.
I heard it's fantastic though.
That is G Kids is part of that, but Studio Ghibli is not. It's in the same universe as Your Name, 5 centimeters per second, and Weathering with You, I believe.
Fair enough. I heard it's fantastic.
Oh, I saw it in theaters. It's amazing.
That's what I heard. I heard it's great. I was like, oh, maybe I should give it a watch.
But yeah, we're doing Studio Ghibli tomorrow. And next week we're going to be doing What's to Come in 2024.
So much.
So much is coming in 2024.
So much.
I mean, One Piece in general has so much coming in 2024. And then we are also doing historical next week as well for episode 14 of The Madness Season 2. So join us for all that. Make sure you don't just check out his links. Check out everybody's links. They won't all be in this video link if you're watching on YouTube. They'll be on the other videos. But if you are watching this on YouTube, I have not read as the time of recording this, I have not read the manga chapters that came out that we posted on Monday and Tuesday. I'm wondering what my reaction is going to be.
I don't know what to say for My Hero. I can't wait.
Congratulations to whoever's yesterday's winner was. Which we will find out as the time of recording this tomorrow. I am going to be hard shocked if it's not Spirited Away. It's not my favorite Studio Ghibli film, but I will be hard shocked if that does not come out victorious.
That's fair.
But if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably already know who won.
That's true.
But make sure you leave a comment down below on what you think Anime of the Year was. If I had to say, I would say JJK. As much as I want to say Bleach or Frieren, I would say JJK.
It has to be Jujutsu Kaisen. It has to be.
That's my prediction for Anime of the Year. What other categories were there?
I don't even know.
We'll hit those up real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with it.
Anime Awards. I don't think they have they don't have the nominations out. So Anime of the Year, got to be JJK.
100%.
Best continuing series?
One Piece.
Best
One
news
Piece.
Best news series? Frieren. Frieren
That's
Beyond
fair.
Journey's End, best new series. Best film is probably going to go to The Boy and the Heron.
That's fair.
Best original anime.
I don't know.
That's one that had no source material.
I don't know what year. Wait, Revenger was this year, right?
Revenger was this year, so I'll say Revenger. because
Yeah,
I don't
Sam.
know. Best animation, best character design, best director, best cinematography, best art direction is all going to Demon Slayer.
Oh, 100%.
There's no way it's not. Uh,
Yeah.
Best romance. I think that's gonna go to The Dangers in My Heart.
So you would know, not me.
Best comedy. Mashal.
Oh yeah, I could see that happening.
Mashal for best comedy. Best action.
JJK.
It's hard to pick between JJK, Bleach, and Demon Slayer.
I give it the JJK easily.
Best fantasy is going to go to Freyrin.
Yeah,
Best drama is going to go to Oshinoko.
I could see that.
Best slice of life I can see going Oshinoko or Dangers in My Heart. Best main character. This is where
Fair.
it's going to get controversial. Best main character. I already have a feeling that the nominations are going to be Eren, Ichigo, Tanjiro, Yuji, Freyrin, and probably Aquamarine.
My bias puts Aaron at number one for that.
I would have to say between Tanjiro and Eren for that. And yes, I'm not saying my boy
Really?
Ichigo.
You're gonna put Tanjiro up there?
With what season came out that year? This past year?
I mean, I could see it. I can see him being up
If
there,
they
but
put Luffy, if
I
they
don't
put
know.
Luffy in the nomination for best main
Oh,
character,
then it's Luffy.
he's getting it.
Luffy's gonna win it.
Best supporting character. If they put Zoro or Sanji in there, they're winning it.
100%
Must protect at all cost character. This is either going to be Anya
on you.
or Nezuko.
Oh no!
Best
You said the name.
best anime song.
You said the name.
Best anime song.
Anything to deal with Demon Slayer, basically.
No, I think Swordsmith Village. I mean, I like Man. I like Man. Man with a Mission. I like their music. They're the ones that did the Swordsmith Village arc opening. But I think the Freyrin opening, the song by Yosobi, Oshinoko's opening, Idol by Yosobi, both of them by Yosobi. Jesus Christ. Under the Tree by Sim, which was the final chapter's opening.
Oh, then I'm biased to Sim. Let's go
It
back to
was a
back
good one.
years.
But then you have, I don't know if you've listened to it yet, Broken Games by FZMZ.
No,
Dude.
I have
Song's a
not.
banger. And then Stars by WOD. Those are
I'm
what I see
going.
being. That's Thousand Year Blood Wars opening.
I'm gonna go with my boys Sim again.
Sim was good.
We're getting back to back years.
I'm gonna pick the Freyrin opening because
That's fair.
the lyrics tell the story. It's kind of like a JoJo opening.
That's fair.
Best score is probably gonna go to Bleach or AOT.
Oh, 100%.
Best opening sequence is gonna go to Oshinoko.
We'll go Demon Slayer.
I don't think Demon Slayer's actually lived up to Oshinoko's.
That's fair.
Best ending sequence though.
Attack on Titan.
See, Attack on Titan didn't have an actual ending sequence.
No, they just had the crucial words of the end, and that was
Yeah.
sad enough.
Best
I don't
ending
know.
sequence.
Well,
I'll
it's
say
tough.
Bleach. I'll say Bleach.
That's a good one.
Best voice acting performance Japanese. I
I
can't.
don't. I don't know his name, but it's probably gonna go to
Aaron's.
him for E. Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
I think it went to Tanjiro's
Goat.
last year.
No, it was Aaron's last
It was
year.
Aaron's.
Yeah.
But best voice actor Japanese. I'm gonna say Aaron's.
I don't know his name.
I can't
Guy's a
remember it either.
fucking beast.
Best voice acting performance English. I don't think Bryce gets it.
No, it could go like Chris Abbott. That'd be cool.
I would say Sabbath because of the stuff with Zoro. But wait,
He's
that's
so
no, that's stuff for the double and get it.
no.
So for Japanese, I could put Luffy, Mayumi Takanake. I would actually put above Aaron's
That one's gonna be the close one.
because of the Gear Fifth, the voice she gets for
It's
Gear Fifth.
gonna be close.
Tanjiro's
But
is another good one though for the end of the season.
I know it's gonna go down to who does Luffy and Aaron.
And my
More than likely, yeah, it's gonna be cut out of those two.
There's a lot of good voice acting this season.
It really is.
You have Yuji's voice actor for the sub as well. He
Oh my
killed it.
god! If we're gonna go dub, it could be Gojo's. I don't know his name.
Gojo.
It could be
Even for the sub, it could go Gojo.
Gojo's dub actor. Popped the fuck off.
But
Oh, he was so good.
dub, I could see being Gojo's. I haven't watched much
Oh, he
dub
was
this
so
year.
Gojo's voice acting was so good.
But
Oh, it's so good.
we will definitely do something when the actual nominations get revealed. We might do a live stream where we all vote, do like a collective vote where all of us agree on the vote, and then have our own individual votes, of course,
Yeah.
because we can vote daily.
Yes.
So, and that's coming out on the 17th. So we'll have a couple days of our own individual voting, and then on the 20th we will do our group vote. So
Makes sense.
two wormholes from now. Look out for that. There, now it's official. It's in the category chat. But thank you for joining us. Make sure you check out all the links in the description down below. Anything else you got to say, Tacco?
Hell of a year for 2023. That's for sure.
Hell of a year. We're closing in on 1 year of doing the podcast too.
Oh, that's this month.
I think it is. I think our first stream, because let me go back to our first upload.
It's this month. I know it was January.
Holy
I
crap.
couldn't tell.
We're closing in on 100 videos too, man.
Oh, milestone year.
Our first video was on February 4th, so it was the end of January.
Fair enough. Close enough.
So what a year. Thank you to everyone who's stuck with us this year. We're over 1,700 views on the freaking Best Parents episode.
Still our best one to date.
Still our best one. You are correct on that. But thank you for sticking with us for this year. Hopefully we can gain a bigger audience this year. Grow our audience this year. Looking forward to another great year. We'll have the finale of Dude, the finale of season 2 is going to fall pretty much in our 1 year mark.
Oh, now we have to do one on purpose.
Like, that's pretty much going to fall on the 1 year mark.
Now we have to do it on purpose.
Because what we have episode 13, 14, 15, 16, and then our final. So we have 5 more episodes.
I feel like we have to do it on that day on purpose. Or we just do something separate.
Dude, it's going to be on the day of the 1 year mark of our first upload on YouTube.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's February 4th. As long as everything goes right and we don't have to cancel, February 4th will be season 2 finale. No, it won't. It'll be Cope's top 16 characters. February 11th will be the season finale.
That's fair.
You know what? It works, though. We'll do Cope's top 16 characters on our 1 year mark of uploading. And it's basically going to be the award-winning episode. It's going to be episode 16, the award-winning. So award-winning animes on our 1 year mark, basically, of streaming.
That's awesome.
So thank you for sticking with us. Hope to see more in the future. And wow, we're gonna close out season 2 and start season 3 soon, dude.
Oh my gosh,
dude.
I gotta go prepare for season 3.
Maybe we should switch up Cope's top 16 characters and the finale. That way we have a break week between seasons.
We could do that. I mean, I don't mind.
I think we are going to do that.
That's fine.
And make sure you remind me to make it episode numbers this time instead of weeks, because we're definitely not on week. What is it going to be?
No.
Week 41.
No. We'll have to switch that.
Yeah, so we'll switch that when we do the next list that shows who's making. Well, no, we won't have who's making the list anymore because it's going to be.
We can still do it that way.
There's going to be nominations again.
Well, we can still do it this way if it works better. I mean, if you think it worked better, we could do it the way we did this year.
It's
Oh,
I like having people in the Discord nominate because it gives like the
that's
fans a
true.
chance to nominate.
True.
But the only downside with that though is there's so much micromanaging at the Discord with starting the voting, starting the nomination deadlines, and all
Oh
that.
yeah.
It's so much micromanaging, but I'll just have
Oh
to deal with
yeah.
it. And my computer didn't fritz out on us tonight.
No, just my Discord having an
No, it's
aneurysm.
just your Discord. Hey, I'll take your Discord having an aneurysm over my computer shutting down.
That's true though.
So, hopefully, I didn't just jinx us for tomorrow.
Oh,
I'll make sure I have the fan set up from the get go tomorrow, though.
oh my
I didn't
God.
even set it up tonight. I think it's because of how cold it got today.
It did get cold today.
Yeah. But hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. Best Studio Ghibli films. We'll catch you next week on the Wormhole for the look ahead in the 2024, which is turning out to be a banger year already.
Yeah.
Enjoy, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think was the best anime of the year. And we'll see y'all next time. I was waiting for you to say stay humble, get rumbled.
I'm always quiet on the outro. Leave that as the outro. Just leave that as the outro.
Alright, when I say see you next time, you say stay humble, get rumbled. We play the sound bit, we end the stream.
Fair enough. I can't hear the sound bits anyway.
It's alright. Just know after you say stay humble, get rumbled, get quiet till I talk again.
Okay.
Alright, you ready to try again?
I guess so.
Alright. Thanks for joining us. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment what you thought was the best anime of the year, and we'll see you next time.
Stay humble, get rumbled.
I am